Lately, I recognize a flaw in my cognitive process where I don't know, I typically predict the future, or I have this like version or fantasize about the future based on the knowledge, information, data that I have in my head. So basically what happens is that, for example, I'm faced with an adversity, right? Immediately my mind would jump to this conclusion of the future in the medium slash long term, right? From medium to long term. And then my mind will convince itself that that's the definite answer, that that's the definite possibility, and not just a possibility. My mind actually treats it like an outcome. And the thing is that my mind derives this outcome from the data, information, and my life experience that I have internally. And as much as, as comforting as that is, I feel like that's just not accurate because of the fact that, you're not really being resourceful. You're not being resourceful by attaining further information from your external environment, from like, communicating with people, like listening to other opinions, or just being open-minded to accept that there are more possibilities than what your mind has fixated to, that there are more possibilities and potential outcomes than what your mind think that will definitely happen, right? For example, faced with like a difficult task, my mind will immediately jump to like, yep, I'm not gonna make it, based on what I know right now, I'm not able to complete this task, right? And I feel like as much as that's accurate at that certain point of time, right? Let's just say on the 1st of January 2022, and my goal is to, let's say, start a YouTube video or something, YouTube channel. And based on that current knowledge of 1st of January 2022, that specific version of Aaron probably has no idea how to start a YouTube channel or even create a YouTube video, because of the fact that right now, of course, as you know, I'm currently still exploring. I'm currently still working with creating like, audio podcasts, right? I mean, podcast is all audio, I believe. But what I'm trying to say is just that, when it comes to this creative project, currently I'm just like putting most of my resources, time, and effort into it. Of course, I'm balancing it with my own life as well. So it's a bit of a balance instead of like doing this as a full time thing. Maybe not yet, I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is that because of the fact that at that time I've not learned how to do it yet, I've not attained further information and data on how to create a series of YouTube videos, right? And I immediately jumped to the conclusion that nah, I'll never be able to do it. However, I did not take in the possibility that Aaron has the potential for growth, which is a complete how do I say it? A complete sabotage? I wouldn't say sabotage. It's such a paradox, and it's so hypocritical. Yes, that's the word, hypocritical, because of the fact that I constantly preach self-development, self-growth, character development, just, constantly preaching that, life is all about learning. Life is a journey of learning, or, whatever of that cliche bullshit. But I genuinely believe that. You never stop learning, which is, I believe it's a fact, and it's so hypocritical of me to constantly subject myself to this version of a future which my present state completely believes in, despite preaching that there is self-growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's as if like saying, yeah, I preach self-growth. However, when it comes to like my future circumstances and everything, all of a sudden that main value that I practice and I preach in my life does not come into play. All of a sudden that just completely becomes this what do you say? Uh like it just doesn't apply to me. Like there's no room for growth. Yep, you don't know how to do a YouTube video. Yep. That's the end. That's the end of it. You'll never learn how to do it. It's so strange. It's so strange that my mind subjects to this. But I think that that's one thing that I realize, where I typically make decisions. I typically come to conclusions, whatever it is, my own future, a vague conflict, a gray matter, whatever it is, ethical dilemma, moral dilemma. I typically just come to conclusions based on what I already know, which I think is fair. Because of course you want to make informed decisions, right? But however, the thing is that there is more possibilities for you to actually like attain further information, like to be more resourceful, to make a decision based on what you can actually gather around you, instead of just completely going into the loop of what you already know. So it's sort of like a confirmation bias as well. In fact, it's not just confirmation bias, but you're not even allowing any possibility of your bias to be challenged because of the fact that you're constantly just deriving whatever you believe in. As in, you're deriving conclusions, deriving answers, statements, and everything based on all that you've already know. It's strange because I constantly do my best to be open minded by challenging my beliefs, and I genuinely enjoy that. In all honesty, I think I enjoy a discussion, like even a heated discussion, as long as the other party is willing to have a proper discussion instead of like a debate. Like a, the point of a discussion essentially is to to better understand one another's point of view, right? To attain to put out all the data and information and point of views, in the middle ground or on the table. And then the both of you just decide what's best based on everything that has collected instead of like a debate where it's like, you're wrong, I'm right, I'm going to prove you why. So, yeah, I think, I don't know why I just went on this rant, but I feel like this is something that's really, really, how do I put it? I feel like it's crippling me. Yes, I'm not exaggerating. I genuinely believe that this is a mental handicap for me. And it's something that I 100% and 100%, I don't know why I just say that a million times. But yeah, I guess I'm just really passionate about breaking this. I'm determined to break this specific mindset of mine. And yeah, we'll see how we go, Look, I'll keep you guys posted on my progress. I don't know what to call this. It's impromptu and candid as per the podcast brand. Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of which as well, speaking of like podcast brand, I'm right now at a stage where I'm thinking about how to promote my podcast. I will openly admit that that's not my specialty. That's not something that I am an expert at. I'm not good at that because I haven't been doing that. Of course, I had like an Instagram business quite a few years ago selling phone cases and whatnot. That went pretty well, to be honest. As a student, that was not bad as a side income. But look, it's many years have passed, many years have flown, and this is a completely different project altogether. It's not really monetary. It's not like I'm selling something, and yeah, it's completely for my creative expression. So it's a bit of a different way of promoting. I don't know if you guys, to all the marketing, advertising, branding, and promotion gurus out there, look, if you have any advice, if you like to hit me up and just give me a word of advice, tell me about, hey, if you're good at it, why not share it with me and we'll learn and grow together, I guess. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. This is another episode of Low High Trips. No idea what to call this. I don't think I would start another series because according to Casey, I have like a million series already. So I'm not gonna do that. But yes, thank you for listening. Stay high, stay low, stay hydrated. Have a lovely life ahead. Stay safe. And yeah, I heard that the vaccines are on a rollout in many, many countries. So if that's an option, hey, go suss it out. And I don't know. Look, if you're an anti-vaxxer, can you like tell me why? Because I'm genuinely curious. Like, I'm being honest here. I'm curious to know like what's your conspiracy theory? Because I've heard a few, but they are never really comprehensive. They're just like a statement. Oh yeah, if you're taking the vaccine, you're a sheep. Okay, can you like give me more justifications? That's like, I don't know. That's like me trying to convince someone to consume a plant-based diet because, oh, you guys are idiots if you eat meat and drink milk. Like that's just stupid, man. Like, can you give me science? Anyhow, yeah, this is your host Aaron signing out, and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye.